Today, Precarious plays
Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Persona 5 Strikers. It's great. It's way better than I was expecting.
I'm just imagining how the intro to this episode is going to feel, like the audio intro that we do every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like Precarious plays this game, and then you immediately start the episode off with Persona 5 Strikers. Oh, that's gonna be silly as all hell. Goodness, I have been enjoying some extra vernacular lately. I've been very upset about a number of things, and because no amount of intelligent discourse seems to move the needle on just about anything, I am just taking solace in folksy sayings. These, like, just because I just need to express my feelings, and there's just no use in being calm. So I am now trying to think of any folksy saying and not coming up with any of them, but...
Oh, got it. You calm. Persona 5 Strikers, is a delight because it's just kind of comfortable in a way that Persona 5 proper doesn't have room to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because, spoiler, if you get to most of the endings of Persona 5,
Yeah.
everything kind of works out for basically everybody, you know?
Okay.
Things work out, and all of your protagonists are free to go on a fun summer road trip adventure, which is what Strikers is.
Yay.
You go on a fun road trip, and you solve crimes.
You solve crimes
well,
instead of do crimes?
No, you do
crimes
you do
to
crimes
solve
exactly.
The crimes.
You've determined
You
the
fight fire with fire.
You've determined the heart and soul of Persona 5, which is do crimes to solve crimes.
Do crimes to solve crimes.
Fuck me.
It's too easy to trigger.
It takes like just enough of it's like you have to hold this down to bring this up, and I swear it feels like it takes about the same amount of time for this to come up as the
other thing that you're not going to have come up. Yeah.
Hold on, we might have a problem.
Why?
I had a spicy dinner.
Oh.
And I just rubbed my eye.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and I think I have a spicy eye. Ugh.
Okay, this is funny and all, but do you need me to stop the...
No, but I do need to put the controller down while I take care of it.
It's okay. Your ship is coming.
You describe it to me in detail, because I can only...
Explosions, clouds and smoke. Where the explosions were, bright lights of energy around a big shape in the sky, and the generator is destroyed.
Okay.
Your ship left.
Thanks, ship. Thank you for describing things pretty well. I don't think that I really liked the part where you were like, there's a shape. There's a shape with flickering lights. I only know what you were talking about because I already knew the task that was at hand, you know?
I could use some training, alright? But not bad on short notice. It's a shape with lights. So, like, basically everything, yes, a shape with lights. Like, is it a television? Is it a phone? Is it a Christmas tree? What is it?
It's Times Square. I guess I always guess Times Square.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. It really hasn't gotten any better.
Oh, I mean, we need to find the nearest eye wash station if we have...
Oh, how will we be able to break into a high school at this hour?
with crimes to solve crimes.
Use crimes to solve crimes.
Use crimes to solve crimes. The crime of the spices.
Hold on. I wanna talk up the virtues of Persona 5 Strikers. So in Persona 5 Strikers, a lot of the characters that didn't get as much of an opportunity to shine in Persona 5, the full game,
Yeah,
get an opportunity to shine a little bit.
that's nice.
I especially like the scenes. So this is not going to make sense for you because you're not far enough to have met them. But there's one character who joins your party very, very late in the game, and while they still get all of their personalized confidant scenes, they just kind of, they don't get to be there for like the first 2/3 of the story, right? So you lose out a lot on their they don't get to chip in like moment to moment scenes,
Right. So you don't feel like you get to know them as much.
Right. And then no, I didn't say you could go. What the hell? Get back here, dicks. That wouldn't have happened if I could see out of both of my eyeballs right now.
Kind of impressed.
And it's a spiciness, so it's not just like one eye is gone and the other one's down a bit because I'm blinking to try to get the spiciness to be somewhere else, anywhere else. I'm trying to see if that ship will come back if I leave. Taking another crack at it. Damn it! That's it, we're starting over. We're gonna reload, and I'm gonna save that person. I'm gonna save that soldier. I looked up how to save that soldier in the intro,
Yeah.
and I'm really pissed. Because what you have to do, there's just like one little spot in the environment you have to shoot. And there are like those panels you can scan where it's like, here are the controls to something in the environment. And then it's like, no, you have to, there's like a little button above the door and you have to go poof. And then that saves that person's life. Okay. So there's a character who you don't get a lot of that like moment to moment pre-heist banter, right?
Shit. Yeah.
But in Strikers, you get some absolute. Hold on here. I gotta work on this a little more. In Strikers, you get just some really strong dialogue from this character. My personal favorite is a couple of times you have to interact with the police. And there's a consistent kind of running gag / piece of characterization where they just completely earnestly, without guile, a police officer will say something and the group they'll react negatively, and then the police officer will be like, what's wrong with you kids? Like what's up? And then this character will, without guile, almost like without malice, just will very smilingly be like, we despise the police. We don't trust you.
We don't trust you.
With this big earnest grin. And it has taken that character who I sort of thought that I would like if they had more time.
Yeah.
If they had more screen time. And it's like, oh yeah, they're great. I like this character a lot now that they're featured more. Do I have to go all the way over here? Is this? Yeah, okay. So this is the fiery air dock. Okay. Nope, just let me out of the whole screen. Thank you.
I really like this ship. Also, the ship is amazing because it definitely took fire and we weren't in it, and it is fine.
Oh, but Samus's ship since Metroid Prime 2 has been able to repair itself. Actually, I think it can kind of always patch itself up.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, that makes me think about ecology. There's somebody who has a really interesting coastal restoration project going right now.
Yeah.
And they have a company where they crush bottles into glass.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're always trying to build up what to do with that because recycling is hard, all right?
Yeah.
It's always more complicated than you put the thing in the correct box. That is the very barest beginning, and it's always more complicated than that. But just thinking about things that kind of fix themselves, there was a lot of erosion because I can't remember why, and a lot of important coastal ecology was kind of screwed up because there was supposed to be a bunch of shallows with a lot of like shallow saltwater plants and things growing, but probably climate change changed currents and has wiped things out and moved things around, so there's not enough environment. Okay, fine, crap. Then you have to think, okay, well, how do we replace all the sand? So this person, as part of one of the things that they're doing with their recycled glass sand, is that they are doing some experiments with ecologists to do the coastal restoration, and basically they just crush up the bottles into sand, fill up burlap bags. The burlap is compostable, right? It's biodegradable because it's burlap, and then they build up these environments and then plant local plants on there, and then you wait, you know, and it seems to be going really well. The burlap is disintegrating, the sand is staying in place because the plants that they planted are rooting into it. There's a bunch of creatures that are back to living in the environment, and you can barely tell it was restored. And it's really cool. And I just think about like all of the different ways that maybe something like that could be made more easy and automatic, you know? Like self-fixing things. Like, for example, what if we all had access to the ability to upgrade to chlorophyll, you know? Instead of like food, instead of like lump eating. Like we have to eat lumps to stay alive, which seems like stupid and inefficient.
I wish that you hadn't described it that way, but
well, that's what it is. I mean, when you're chewing, you know what? I'm not going to get into it, but it's gross.
Take me to the skies, weird bug friends. We will ascend together. Ooh.
But yeah, I like how much... I like the idea of things that naturally work to fix themselves. Because it just is lovely.
Not today, gross bug. Is this even... Oh, okay. I guess I didn't go here before. Glad I checked.